My name is Alex. Together with Eric here, I'm one of the founders of SoundCloud. My role is as the CEO here. Eric and me, he has a really strong artist background, releasing music, and I used to work in a sound studio as a sound designer, so we had these people around us involved in really cool tech stuff and also people making music and things. We wanted to kind of like fuse some of that together and create something useful. So Eric and I started SoundCloud because we were missing something. The specific thing which annoyed us a lot in the beginning was that often people would send us pieces of music that they were working on, and they would always use these terrible file sharing services like YouSend It and stuff like that. And it just felt like that didn't do justice to the really good music that they were sending. So initially we wanted to do something very simple, which would make it easy for somebody to send a track and make it easy for somebody to receive that track, listen to it and give some feedback around it. So the whole sort of web service where you send somebody a piece of music, you get the music in the browser, you can see the waveform of it and put comments inside of it, that was kind of a way of solving that use case. Stockholm is really nice as well, but I think we were open to the idea of moving somewhere else. We visited Barcelona, London and Vienna and Berlin, kind of with the idea that maybe we would start SoundCloud somewhere else. And I don't know, like Eric used to live here before, we knew some people here, the vibe in Berlin was just great. So actually when we got back from Berlin to Stockholm, we decided right away that, fuck it, let's just move to Berlin. And we moved the next week with like Ryanair and suitcases and stuff. Actually the suitcases, we weren't allowed to take them on the plane because they were too heavy. So it was a kind of turbulent times. But so we did it very much because it felt right. But one of the things which we knew about Berlin, which kind of felt very in line with what we were trying to do, was that there's this really strong arts community around music and other arts, but there's also a really strong tech community here. So there's a strong tradition of people, hacking cool stuff together, and there's also a strong tradition of people being very creative with arts as well. So like crazy musicians, crazy tech people in one place felt like the right place for SoundCloud to be. There's some kind of like there's some kind of like classic idea of how like a company should have like German technology and like American marketing. I don't know, Swedish humbleness. I have no idea, but yeah, there's great programmers in Germany. But on the other hand, we have with like our team, we're all based in Berlin, but we have people from kind of all over the world working here as well. No, then we would have chosen to do something else. I can definitely tell you that if we started this with the ambition to make money, we wouldn't have chosen music or the music world as a place to do something. I think it's hard to have any other like real driver than passion and actually like really wanting to accomplish something, because like it ends up being so much work somehow for such a long period of time, like without the chance to kind of breathe. So the only thing that can really like keep you energized for a long time will be if you really have a passion about a chance of maybe correcting something in the world, making something right, creating something that you always wanted somehow. So I think there has to be this this really strong personal passion for it somehow. And I know at least for Eric and me, it wouldn't like money wouldn't work. It's not fun enough. Like it's not interesting enough. That's just that's one means that you can use to do other things. But the point of this somehow is something different, about trying to really trying to give great tools to artists, but also trying to have an influence on how the web can be useful for creators and for artists, to really make sure that you know, some of these really cool new technologies that are out there, I mean, to actually bring those into the hands of the creators somehow. I think, you know, you can be kind of like have a loftier goal around it, is somehow that if that happens, that ends up changing how people create music in some ways, maybe opening up new doors to how people create music, how people share that, and how they make meaning out of that music. Obviously, like we can't do that by ourselves, but hopefully we can be one part of that. I don't know. There's so many different rumors floating around. We don't publicly disclose any financial info, but I mean we did take in an investment last year, so our plans are to expand things a bit. I mean, we have a long way to go to work completely by ourselves. It's cool that we have users really using this service a lot, and who want to pay for it as well. But it's growing really fast. I mean, we have close to 600,000 artists and record labels now on the site. So we have people paying us. We have a large user base. We're not profitable, but we're growing really fast. So we need a lot of servers and stuff like that. But one of the key things that's been really important for us from the beginning was to build our APIs right, which is just kind of the technical term for making the product available for other products to tie into. So we see it as SoundCloud as a whole platform it's not just a website where we have users coming to use it. It's a platform underneath as well, which can be used by other applications and other services. So we already have an app gallery where we can show people who have built integrations. And really what I think like this year in particular is going to be really cool, and just that I think it's the year when a lot of different web services start working together, when they start connecting up. So we've done a couple of things now. As an example, we've had companies that make music making software. They build integrations into SoundCloud, so you can sit at your desktop, you record music, and you save it directly to SoundCloud. And then sort of on the other side of it, we have things like Abbey Road Studios. They have like an online mastering service where you can submit your track and have Abbey Road master it for you. So they're also building that on SoundCloud now. So theoretically, as a user, you can sit like at your desktop, you make music, you save it to the web, that gets saved to Abbey Road Studios where it gets mastered, and then that gets sent back. So we really want to see that ecosystem with a lot of different services. Anybody who's building something which can help people that make music, we'd really like to see be integrated into SoundCloud, or have SoundCloud integrated into them. It doesn't really matter how that works. The important thing is to try and get all of these different functions together so that the musicians or the creators can make use of all these different cool things on the web in an easy way. We announced that at NAMM this year, integration with Presonus Studio One. It's built into the whole product there. Also with audiophile engineering, and also announced the integration with Ableton Live that will be out later this year. And then we have quite a lot of those integrations lined up as well, to be announced throughout the year when people get them done.